Okay, so in this video, it's really, this video is titled 3.2a Part 2, because your notes should still say 3.2a at the top of them. So this is just a continuation of the last video where we talked about interior angles of a triangle. Now we're going to talk a little bit about exterior angles of a triangle. The triangle's on the outside. Now the exterior angles of a triangle are always when you take a side of a triangle and make a straight line out. So you'll notice I've taken this and I made a straight line out. That's called an exterior angle right here. So this is called an exterior angle. So please write that down. Also put today's date right here, okay? So today's date should be here. Okay? This should be on the same paper from the last video. Okay, so this is on the same paper from the last video. So the exterior angle is there. So what we want to deal with is we want to understand what exterior angles are about, and they're really always going to equal the other two angles. So in other words, what I'm saying is if you take this angle and add them together, they will equal this angle. Those two angles on the inside are called remote interior angles. Imagine being on a remote island. Are you far away or are you close if you're on a remote island? Far away. So the two angles that are inside, but they're far away from the angle on the exterior, right? See how they're far away? Yeah. Those are the remote interior. So the two angles that are inside but far away from your angle, the exterior, those two angles are going to add to the exterior angle. So let's just look at an example and try one, and then we'll do a now you try. So it's pretty simple. What's the exterior angle here? X, right? X. So X is going to equal what plus what? What are the two interior angles? Rachel?
36
Pretty straightforward. I mean, add 36 and 72 and you are done. So you're going to take 36 and 72. That's going to be 108. So X is equal to 108 degrees, okay? So I want you to try this problem right here. This is your now you try. So pause the video and give this problem a shot. Remember, you'll need to set up an equation in this situation, then solve for A. And then it would be nice if you'd plug back in for A afterwards. So pause the video, give that a try. Okay, so hopefully that went pretty smooth for you on that now you try. And we're going to move on and see what is next on the paper. Now, I do want to make a note that not everything on this video is on the paper. If it's not, just write in the margins, okay? Write in the margins. Or perhaps you could add an extra piece of paper. That's fine. I'm going to either do 3 or 4 right now. What I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do 3 for you. Or actually, maybe I'll do 4. I'll be nice. So I want you to, actually, why don't you just pause the video again and try this problem, okay? So pause the video and try this problem. Okay, so hopefully that went well for you. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but this is your now you try. Okay, so give that a go. And I'm going to do this one for you. So let me show you what's happening. The exterior angle, this guy, is going to equal the two interior angles that are far away. They're remote. So we have n plus 2n plus 20. Those are the two interior angles added together. And that's going to equal 4n minus 20. So that's what we're trying to do here. So now what we need to do is just simply work on this equation, simplify it, make it straightforward. So we got 3n plus 20 here, and that's going to equal 4n minus 20. Okay, and then we'll just take it from there. So let's just go ahead and add 20 to both sides, add 20 to both sides. And how are we doing? Well, luckily I have extra space here. I can slide this down. Okay, very good. So I have 4n is equal to 3n plus, I guess, 40 in this case now. We have those both added together to be 40. If I subtract 3n on both sides, if I kind of just do some quick math, I would have 1n over here equals 40, which is really just n equals 40. So n is equal to 40, but that's not really the exterior angles, right? Think about that last problem you did. If you're supposed to find the actual exterior angle, you have to take the n equals 40 and put it back in here. So 4 times 40, it's 4n minus 20. And we need to do 4 times 40 and then subtract 20 from that. So 4 times 40 is 160, and subtract 20 from that is 140. That's our actual answer for the exterior angle of this triangle. We could find the other angles too, but like for example this angle, if n is 40 right here, this guy, well if n is 40, then we have 40, we have 80, plus 20, we have 100 degrees. That's what this angle is. And this angle would be, what would this angle be? Just 40, right? And if this is 100 and this is 40, right? Let's use some common sense here. This is 100 and this is 40, then this angle here must be 40. And if this angle is 40, right here, I don't want to do too much here. I don't want to overwhelm you, but if this angle is 40, then this angle is 140, which is what we got already. You know what I'm saying? We already got 140 right here. So it's going to be 140 because 140 plus 40 is 180. That's checking the work. What I just did there maybe confused you, hopefully not, was just me checking the work, making sure that everything worked. So I don't know if I told you already to pause the video and try number 3, but make sure you do that. Okay, so for this, we want to kind of draw this thing over again. So you don't have example 3 in front of you. I'm going to do my best to draw it again. What they've done is they've changed the place that it's leaving from. So they've changed, now they're leaving from Fort Lauderdale, which changes this angle. So it's basically the same problem that we did in the last video, but they've changed this angle to 63.9, just so that you can give it a shot. And the other thing that they're changing is, actually, why don't I just... Okay, so with this problem, you might have just seen this diagram appear because I didn't feel like it was good to not have a diagram here. So I've drawn it out, basically the same diagram as the last video had, but now the plane is taking off from Fort Lauderdale, so the angle is a little bit bigger, and the angle down at San Juan, down here, is a little, probably I guess a little, I don't know, maybe a little bigger, maybe a little smaller, we don't know. At any rate, we want to find out what the value of x is for this triangle. So this is something you can do now, I think, based on the last video. So this is also going to be a now you try. So pause the video and give this problem a shot. All right, so hopefully you've given it a try. Take a second. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to show the work, but I'm going to show you the answer so you know if you got it right or wrong. Boom, x should have been 54.3. It is okay to use a calculator to get there. That's what it should have been. X is 54.3. Now lastly, I don't think you have this on your paper, but I would like to talk about this a little bit because we're talking about classifying the triangle. And it's not too bad to find these angles. So why don't I work on this one? It's a little harder. You can try this one. This will be your now you try as well. So you're trying a few problems on this video, but not a big deal. And with this one over here that I'm going to do x plus the 105.6 plus the 28.4 is equal to 180. So I'm going to have x plus 105.6 plus 28.4. So it is going to be, let's see, 144, I think, I hope, is equal to 180. And if I subtract the 144 on both sides, I get x is equal to 36 degrees. So hopefully that's what we should come up with. If x is equal to 36 degrees, let's look at all these angles. This angle here is 36. Is that an acute angle? Yes. This angle here is 28.4. Is that an acute angle? Yes. So we have an acute angle, we have another acute angle, but this angle up here is 105.6, and that's obtuse. So the triangle, when it has an obtuse angle, is called an obtuse triangle. So this is an obtuse triangle. So think about this triangle here. If it has a right angle, it's a right triangle. If it has a obtuse angle, just one, it's an obtuse triangle. If it has all acute angles, it's an acute triangle. So pause the video, give this a try, and then we are done, okay? Make sure that if this assignment was posted on Google Classroom or something like that, that you complete anything else that goes with it that may or may not be applicable to you, but make sure you look into that. And I will see you in the next video.